Next up, we're going to look at Essence Capture, which is the trophy for defeating the photographer. The boss in the top right section that's supposed to resemble Leshy's cabin. You see this cabin right in front of us here. And the photographer, of course, we remember Leshy and his camera. So that is another reference there. So this fight is kind of has a gimmick, and a lot of these fights have a gimmick that make it super easy for you to win if you understand how it works. They look pretty daunting, especially this one is going to look really daunting when the photographer puts down his cards, or their cards. And if you notice, it even kind of resembles Leshy with the hair on the sides of the aperture. And there's a little camera from inside the room that we're playing in. So we put down an empty vessel, because that's all we can do. And then the camera comes in. And this is how this works. So you take a picture, holding X, and that picture you're going to use later to clear out the enemies in front of you. We get to draw again. And if you see, it looks pretty daunting because there is all 5 rows are about to use the touch of death on us. And anything we put in front of them is going to shoot us and kill us. So now we hit triangle to reload the picture that we took. And now those enemies are gone. All those cards are gone. And we have our empty vessel back where it was before. The scale is tipped against us at the moment, but we have the upper hand because now we can put down cards. The energy level's higher, so we can put down cards that can actually get some hits in. Of course, I use a card that doesn't actually attack, so that doesn't really help my argument here, but took another picture. Eventually we're going to get to the point where the fight is kind of a normal fight, and I decide not to take pictures anymore, just because it seems like, what's the point at this point? We have a Bolt Hound against us that's hitting us with 2. I do reload that one. Okay, I think it's maybe everything after this one. Because our energy level's getting kind of nice, so we can play some more cards that hit harder. I keep playing the gift bots. I guess I'm expecting to get more cards. I was kind of using this gift bot with the unkillable sigil because it was kind of reloading my deck with more cards that I could use later. It's kind of liking that. So I think, yeah, here I believe, yeah, I did not take a picture because we're just going to play it as a regular card battle at this point. So now we can hit with 3. We got more loading up. If we would have taken a picture, maybe we would have had an advantage to reload. But we decided not to, and that's perfectly fine. Then we have the double gunner to fire on the 2 open slots, and that is going to end the round. A lot of the boss battles from Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, you would expect in the second round to get kind of a new gimmick or for something more threatening to come up. With the photographer, it's actually just this defensive row of trees, and that's all it is. So we are basically having the same fight we had in the first round. It's just we have to clear out these trees in order to get hits directly onto our opponent. And it is kind of nice that you can use this hammer mechanic as much as you need to in Act 2 and Act 3. Can't use it in Act 1 though. And if you're in the cabin in Act 1 and you see the hammer and the... Oh, see, we took a picture there and we reloaded. The only problem with this is that we have to clear out the trees again, which is kind of a problem. So we're basically doing exactly what we did before and clearing it out. So it makes it a little bit longer, but not necessarily harder, I would say. Yeah, and look, we already did it. Yeah, the hammer and the paintbrush is what we saw in the cabin in Act 1. Didn't quite understand what that was for until you get through Act 2 and get the hammer and see what the paintbrush is. So, as with all other boss fights, we are going to be able to add something to our empty vessels. It's another sigil, the second sigil. Again, this is the right side. You can do this fight first, or you can do it second, or you can do it whatever, but you have to do either this or the Archivist before you can unlock the pathway to the left half of the map. So either this might be your first fight, your second fight, or you can choose to come back to this later, but it is one of the easier ones. So I hope this helped. Take care.